live. Set your watches. We're doing a Pilates workout. Who's with me? Hello. Come say hello a minute. Tanga, hi. Jilly, hi. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, Georgia. Good. This is excellent. I've found you, and I hope people have found me on mainly Pilates. If anybody's on mainly Pilates up there on Facebook, give me a wave. Hi, Georgia. Right. I'm going to start. Yes, Insta Jilly, that's fine. I can't see if anybody's on Facebook. I might not have allowed them. Anyway, so perfect for you, Jilly, and by special request, we're doing all about backs today. So first of all, my disclaimer, you're in your house, I'm in mine, and I can't possibly be held responsible because it's your body and you have to look after it. So don't do anything that hurts. So some of you here have asked me to do strengthening exercises for your back and mobility, but if you have any injuries of your back or anywhere, you have to look after yourself and don't be daft. Make sure there's plenty of space around you so you're not going to fall and hit your head on anything or knock anything over. And do what you can, and if anything, because you're all unique, if anything you know is going to hurt or you can't do it because of your injuries, then just do some of the stretches, and they're all really, really good for you. So just because you're not doing the power work, do the stretches. So we're trying to cover everything. We're trying to cover back, mobility and flexibility, and massive strengtheners for the back. Okay. Now obviously, as always, we have to start with setting up the body. We have to do this just to get you all right. So feet together, turn your toes out at 10 to 2, lift your heels behind. Now lengthen the neck and take your shoulders down and back, and then just shake them off. And now you want your neutral spine. So you tip the pelvis forward and back, that rocking motion as big as you can. This in itself is really good mobility for your spine. But to find your neutral spine, which is where it should be when you're working, make this movement smaller and smaller and smaller till you stop in the middle. When you're stopped in the middle, that's your neutral spine. So you have a slight curve in the back here, slight lump here, and a bit of a curve here. And that's what Mother Nature intended. Now you want to engage your core. So put your hand on your belly and cough. And as you cough, bring it in. So it's a Now leave it there and take your hand away. If you need to practice, try again. Take the hand away. Now while that's engaged, we now need to lift the pelvic floor. So again, do a little cough, and while this is still in place, lift the pelvic floor. Nobody but you knows you're doing it. Brilliant. Keep it there. Now, while it's all there, while your shoulders are down and back, while you've got your neutral spine, now we need to breathe. So we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4, and out through the mouth for 4. And you need to keep that breath rate going throughout the workout. You need to keep your knees over your toes facing the front, and then everything is in exactly the right place, and it is the strongest place for you to be doing all your workouts and be putting stress on various parts. So I'll be asking you to move bits of body whilst you're managing to keep all this in place. Okay, so let's start by mobilizing. We want to inhale for 4 through the nose, and as we exhale, turn the face to one side, making sure your shoulders don't come up to meet you, and then exhale back and off to the other side. So it's 1 inhale, move, 1 exhale, move, and this is the speed we need to be working. So remember, this is mobilizing. We're not doing gymnastics, we're not warmed up or stretched, we are mobilizing the joints so that we can use them shortly. Remembering to keep the core engaged, pelvic floor lifted. Okay, now we're going to look up to the ceiling. Again, nothing moves except the head. And then chin to chest. Keep that motion going. Hope you've had a good week. It's going on a bit, this lockdown, isn't it? It's hard not seeing people. Okay, now with your nose, draw a small circle. Do you remember? I say it every week. Just always start small, and then as long as nothing hurts, then you can go as big as you like. And then change direction. Brilliant. Oh, that's nice. Now, shoulders. Circle the shoulders. Small first, then as big as you like. And change direction. Keep going. Okay, let's bring the arms in. So we want nice strong arms, so not the weak arms with wobbly muscles. We want strong, active arms. And we're going to circle the arms small first, and then as big as you like. Minding you don't hit yourself, or anything. You don't want to be knocking light fittings off. So it's lovely to go to the gym, isn't it, and go into a nice studio, but this just shows all these Thursday night lives that in this last lockdown we did outside, but here we have to do inside. Just shows you can do your exercises anywhere. You don't need special equipment. You don't even need a mat, but I use a mat, otherwise I wander off and then I would not be on the camera. So I use the mat to keep me in the right place. Change direction. Everything at elbow height, shoulder height. Pull short, pull long. Short, long. I love this stretch. And then we're going to do that. Brilliant. And we're going to move down the body, hands on your hips. Remember, neck lengthened up to the ceiling, and just swirl the hips round. Now I know somebody here's got back issues, so start very small. And if it doesn't hurt for those of you, any of you, go as big as you like. But if you look, my hips are still facing the front, and my neck's still lengthened. So if anybody who's just joined, tonight is all about the backs. So even though you're here, keep this core engaged. Don't let it all hang out. Change direction, go back to small. And then as big as you like. Wonderful. And let's go down the side and the other side. So from the side I'll show you that I'm not leaning forward or backwards at all. I'm just going straight down the side as though I was in between two panes of double glazing. And now we go down to the hips. Let's open the hips up. So this is your first balance. Take your foot out and draw a semicircle on the floor. Now when you're ready, you could balance by just lifting the toe off the floor, trying to keep it off the floor all the way around and all the way back. If you need more help with your balance, take your arms out. But what will really help with your balance is keeping your core tight, bum squeezed. Lovely job. And lift. And those of you who've got good balance, you can come up to here, turning out. So we're just opening up the hip gently. Brilliant. And then we're going to swing front to back. Just gently. Without bending the standing leg. So this is counterproductive. We need to keep the standing leg straight and gently swing. And then of course, same the other side. So first one, you can have your toe on the floor while you get the idea, and then you can lift your toe off the floor a fraction, keeping everything tight. Oh, I've got my helper coming. Hello. Hi. And then lift the knee and turn it out. She might be pregnant now. I think she is. And then swing front to back without kicking the dog. Brilliant. And now we're just going to go up onto the toes and lift the toes. Up onto the toes and lift. There, rocking backwards and forwards. Right, we're going to do a few rounds of my warm-up. I'll do it side on to you. Don't overdo it. So you do your exercise for your body. So we inhale, take the arms up to the ears. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and down. Now we're increasing that movement. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and back. Ready. Inhale. Arms go all the way behind. Look, I'm arching my back to stretch it. All the way down into the chair and back up. Inhale. Arching, 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 arching into awkward chair. And again, inhale. Exhale, really arching, arching, arching the back into awkward chair. See, I'm just going a little bit further now, but you have to do your exercise for your body. Arching the back and down into awkward chair. And remember, when you go to awkward chair, your knees have to track your toes. So none of this or this, staying like this. And again, inhale. Arching, arching, arching the back and into awkward chair. Alright, I'm going to do one more of those and go as far as I can go. Inhale. Arching the back. All the way down into awkward chair. As low as I can go, but I'm still looking up. I'm still upright. And up. Lovely job. Right, we're going to do a new stretch. So even those that have been coming to me for a million years won't have done before. So come down onto your knees. 1 foot forward. Now, if you look at the angle of my foot, the reason my foot's at that angle is because I'm going to do a hip flexor. And as I come forward, I don't want my knee in front of my heel. I want my foot in front. So there's your starting point. Face the front. And then we're going to do quite a few of these. We're just going to rock all the way forward and all the way back, lifting the foot. All the way forward and lifting the foot. Now if this hurts your knee, you could just grab your mat and roll it up a little bit so you've got a bit of squash there. Up to you. Keeping the core engaged, shoulders are down and back. I actually don't have a problem with me. Nice movement. So now I can just go that bit further now. I feel everything loosen up. Brilliant. And now swap legs. So I'll show you from the front what this looks like. Okay, so it's forward and back. Forward and back. Nice, isn't it? So you notice as you come forward, your back is getting a lovely stretch there. You feel that stretch here in your low back. Brilliant. And the next stretch, which again, even those of you who've been coming to me for a million years, we haven't done this before. We're going to go into all fours. And then, so my knees are underneath my hips, so they're slightly wide. I'm going to push off my hands on my hips, and stretch back. And forward, back into this down, this arch in the back, like cow stretch, cat stretch. Push off. And stretch back. Same again. Cow. Push off. Oh, I feel like I can go much further that time. And when you're doing that, you don't release this core. You keep the core engaged. You don't let it all hang out. And again. Push off and go as far back as is comfortable, but also giving you a good stretch. I'm going to do one more. Best one yet. Brilliant. And come forward and down into child pose. Wiggle from side to side. Enjoy it. Okay, so what this is doing is stretching your back the other way. So you've been bending it and arching it, and now you're stretching it the other way. Okay, so the next one is hard work, but I do know there's somebody here with back issues, so I will give you the easy option, and then I also know that I've got some pros here, so I'll build it up and give you the harder options. Please don't overdo it, it's your back. So we're lying on the floor in the front position, arms out in front, feet behind. So what I want you to do, the people that have got the back issues, I want you to lift one arm high as you can, pushing down on the other hand, and lift the other arm, pushing down on that hand, and then one leg. Now we're not turning the foot out, keeping the foot facing the floor, so it doesn't actually go that far, and then the other one. So those of you new to Pilates, carry on doing that. It's called Round the World. And then those of you who've been with me, you can do one and the opposite side. Look at the speed. So it's inhale, prepare, switch the core on. As though you've got an ice cube under your tummy. When you're all prepared, then exhale and lift, and inhale, back down. Inhale, switch the core on, exhale, lift, and back down. Always making sure you've got that ice cube under your tummy, so you switch it on first before you move. Right, now there's some of you here, I know, who are experts. Just you people, we're going to do 1 minute of something. We're going to do swimming, which is when you lift the whole lot and you swim. Now, obviously, certain people here just don't even try this, please. But the experts here that have no back issues, you try this. So I'm going to set the clock for 1 minute, and we're going to do this exercise for 1 minute. It's a killer, I'm telling you. Off we go. Make sure your core is switched on. So you've got that ice cube under your tummy, face is looking at the floor, don't lift your head up. So this is a real workout for that lower back that you asked for. Please rest when you need to, and the rest is child pose, which is here. This is child pose, okay? But otherwise, keep going. Twenty left. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Felt your back working there, didn't you? Okay, if you just gently come back now into child pose and have a rest here. Big stretch. How's that feel? Should be lovely. Okay, another toughie. Now look, this is the best one for strengthening your back, is plank. And moving plank is even better. And that's a strengthening move. Now if you have back issues, this could be your plank. You have your elbows on the floor, fingers facing the front. So at the moment my bum's in the air, I drop my bum down, keep my knees on the floor, and there I have a ski slope position. So those of you with back issues, this will be your plank. If this hurts, stop immediately and come down and perhaps just stretch in cobra. Then there's some of you who are good at plank, I know, so you would be here with your knees off the floor. And some of you prefer high plank, which is here. Okay. So we're going to do your plank, you choose, and always come out of it and do a child pose if you need to rest. But we're going to time us again for 1 minute. I'm going to try and do 1 minute. Good luck. And just a couple of you here who are the pros, I can see who you are. We are going to do moving plank. Now you choose your moving plank, but I think this is the best one. We're in now, go for your plank. So we're just going like this and like this, but you're not swinging your bum side to side. Everything is rock solid and you're just moving the hands like this. So please, those of you that got injuries, don't do any of this. I'll just go here so you're not looking at my roots. And we'll do it here, and I'll tell you when the minute is up. So you're squeezing your bum tight, you're squeezing your core, belly button to spine. A moving plank is a whole new level of strengthening. Whole new level. Don't forget to rest. There you go. There's your minute. Well done. Into a well-earned child pose. Brilliant. Feel that nice stretch now. When you've been working it, and now you do this, stretching it off. Enjoy the stretch, deep breaths. And what you'll notice is when you're in child pose and you've got your ribs on your thighs, your chest can't expand when you breathe. So what happens then is your rear ribs expand. Can you feel it, the difference? deep, deep, deep breath. And your ribs have to expand out the back. And that won't happen many times in the day. It's only happening now because I am squashing my ribs at the front onto my thighs so they can't move, so the back has to move. Brilliant. Okay, we have a nice stretch now, so we're going to do the aeroplane. If I show you, so you're lying on your front again, hands on the floor, forehead on your hands, legs are together, wibble about. So now I'm going to peel my elbow off the floor, follow it with the rest of my arm, and do a gentle spine twist, and lower it back down. Other side. So this is like aeroplane stretch. And back down. So any time through the class that you need a stretch, this is the one you can do. And you can make it as gentle as you want. You're still with me, well done. Keep going, because that's a lovely stretch. Lovely job. Right, the next one I'm going to show you from the front and then I'll show you from the side. Now this is a real strong movement. So if you want to go back to this one, please do. But if you're with me and you don't have any back issues, this is the one we're doing now. Just come forward a bit. So it's angels. We've done angels on our back loads of times, but what I'm going to do, I'm lying in an arrow position, and I'm going to lift my feet and my shoulders off the floor, and then I'm going to open wide like an angel and back. Keeping lifted. You can come down each time if you want to, or you can stay up here. So from the side it looks like this. So as you squeeze your feet, your legs back together, you're really getting that workout on the inner thighs. Rest when you need to and go into child pose, otherwise let's keep with me. So it's not a fast movement, it's under control. Remember your ice cube under your tummy, core engaged. So I've done 10 now. I'm going to go back into child pose for a little rest. It's a lovely stretch, isn't it? And then we're going to go back and do some more. So work your way back. Again, if you've done enough, and I am thinking about somebody in particular here, you might just want to do this stretch now because I know how much you like it. So you could just do your cobra as a stretch while we do a few more of these. So lift and wide together. Remembering to engage your core, squeeze your bum. Rest when you need to. Superb. If you're still with me, you have just done 10 more. Relax and then back up into child pose. And I think it's time for a drink. Have a little drink. I can actually see you on Instagram. If you've got any questions, I could read them. water, cold water. How are we feeling? Okay, killer move coming up. But again, I know there's people here with back issues, so I'll take it down a level first, and we're doing side plank. So side plank, you put your elbow on the floor. I moved off screen. Come back this way a bit. So you put your elbow on the floor and leg out. So I have my elbow on the back of the mat, my bum on the back of the mat, and my foot on the back of the mat. And my other knee, if you see, is bent in front of me. This is going to stay on the floor. And I'm going to aim, have your hand here just in case, you there with the back. And just lift your bum, see how it feels. Lift the hip towards the ceiling. Right, so you've done it with the hand down. How did that feel? If that was okay, take your hand here or here and lift and down. Okay, now some of you here I know don't have any back issues, so you can have both legs out straight and both knees off the floor. So we drop and raise. Core engaged. You're in a dead straight line. Look, my feet are on the back of the mat, my bum's on the back of the mat, my elbow. So if it becomes a bit too much, just bring that knee forward and leave it on the floor. But for those of you who don't need it, up we go. Rest when you need to, and the rest is just curling a ball on your side. Do a few more. Okay. And a well-earned rest on the floor, curling the ball. Okay, next one we're going to go onto our back. Right, you can't beat good old shoulder bridge for a back workout. Right, I've got my knees hip distance apart, my feet hip distance apart. My neck is lengthened. I've found my neutral spine by rocking and rocking and stopping halfway. So I could slide a piece of paper under there, but I certainly haven't got an arch back. I'll stand by your side. First thing you need to do is inhale and pelvic tilt. See the difference there? Pelvic tilt. And then as you exhale, you peel first your coccyx, your bottom bone of the spine, and then build up to a nice bridge. Inhale here at the top, and then exhale all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. So in other words, we're not going down with a flat back. Now, if there's anybody here doing this, of my clients with osteoporosis, remember you don't round your back. You keep your back flat, but everybody else, we want mobilization of the spine and all the way down. All the way up. So this bit is the mobilization. How are you feeling? So this is lovely, isn't it? Anytime you need a rest, put one leg in, then the other, and roll around on your spine. Otherwise, just keep going for a moment. Do this last one, and then we come back down, and then hug one knee into your chest and then the other knee into your chest. So what I want to explain now, when we're doing our everyday life, if you have strong glutes, which are your bum muscles, and strong thighs and hamstrings, then when you're doing your shopping, lifting your bricks, doing your gardening, all those other things that we do, these are much bigger muscles than the muscles that are up and down your spine. So when people hurt their backs, it's usually because you've been working, you know, you're ironing, cleaning, anything that you normally do, and instead of using the big muscles to help you, you're using all the muscles of the back and you overdo it, and then they ache, don't they? So what you have to do is strengthen all of these muscles, so you use these instead. So the next bridge we're going to do is a really big one for the bum, the glutes, and the hamstrings at the back. So it's shoulder bridge again, but we're going to build up, and I'm going to set the timer again for 1 minute. Okay, so you're going to build up to your bridge as you did before, but now we're going to stay there. I'll set the timer for 1 minute. It's killer, and we're staying here. And it's not about going up and down, it's about staying here, and all I'm doing is clenching my bum, relax, clench, relax. But of course, if you need a rest, come down, take one knee into your chest, other knee into the chest, and roll around. Otherwise, stay with me. Cores engaged, as in belly button to spine. Pelvic floor is lifted. It's the easiest time to lift your pelvic floor when you have gravity helping you. So all your internal organs are going up this way towards your head. So your little pelvic floor has a rest. Keep going. You've got, what have we got? 13 left. Feel your bum working really hard. Ooh. There you go, there's your minute, well done. Gently roll down, gently pull one knee in, gently pull the other knee in, and roll around on your spine. We are going to do that again. So anytime you need to rest, come down and do this. And I must stress, when I say to you pull one leg in and then the other, I mean that. I don't mean suddenly flinging both legs up, because that's when you're likely to hurt your back. So you always do it one at a time. Right, are we ready for number 2? Here we go. Build up. There we go. So I'm in my lovely bridge. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep squeezing. Do you know I've burnt 171 calories already? Which means you have as well. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Three. I can even feel my calves working now. Definitely feel my bum aching and my hamstrings. Well done. There we go. And gently down. So what you need now is a full body stretch. Straighten one leg out. See how I flex my feet? Straighten the other one out and flex your feet. And now full body stretch. What we're doing now is stretching the hamstrings off. Now we've got one more set of bridge to do, a different one. Okay, so come back into your position. We don't need the timer for this one. So this one, I do see people, and I sometimes do it with a weight here, so I might hold the weight on. But anyway, build up to your bridge. When you're in your bridge, we're now going to lower the bum and lift. So we're lifting on we're doing this on a flat back now. We're not trying to mobilise. We've done the mobilising. Now we're just going down and up. Now don't have a rest here and stop. keep going. So you just kiss the floor with your back and keep going. This is really working your thighs. Squeeze your bum at the top. And not too quickly. My arms are just relaxed, my neck's relaxed. Rest when you need to. Your back's doing a lot of work now, isn't it? And I'm feeling, if I'm honest with you, this bum is working a lot harder than the other one. Feels like it. Rest when you need to. Okay, I'm going to just do about 5 more. And then have a big rest. Lovely job. Now again, I want you to straighten one leg out, flex the foot, straighten the other leg, flex the foot, and a full body stretch. So we need to do side plank now on the other side. I'll turn around so I'm not ignoring you. So whatever side plank you did before, try that. So I've got my elbow on the back of the mat, my bum on the back of the mat, my foot on the back of the mat. I'm leaving my knee on the floor. Just try it. Leave your hand on the floor to try it. Let's just send me a message. Hi, Alison. Okay. Hand on my hip or hand here for the first one, and just see what it feels like to lift the hip and down. So you could lift the hand off and lift and down, and some of you will be lifting the whole lot off with both legs straight and lift and down. So it's your move, your body. I can't see you, can't feel a thing. I know a lot of you, it's your shoulder gives in before the rest. It's a tough one. If your shoulder's playing up or sore, again, use the knee here to help you. It just means you've got another point on the floor, so you're spreading the weight between 3 points instead of 2. Core engaged. I think this is the toughest one, isn't it? I'm going to do 5 more. Oh, I've got a message. You keep going. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You can do this anytime you like, because I'll be downloading it onto YouTube and it will stay on my main Pilates as well. Okay, big rest. Curl up into a ball on your side. Big rest. Deep breath, get your breath back. And then I'm going to have a drink. Cold water. Right, this next one, there's some of you there that have got back issues, so I want you to use this as a stretch. So you're lying on the floor, feet together, knees together. Can you see my feet? Yes. So you inhale, and as you exhale, take both knees over. See how my outer foot comes off the floor? Gently, and then back up, and off to the other side. Okay, so you can keep doing that, and you can go as far as you want to go. You might be able to reach the floor, you might not. So those of you with back issues, use this as mobility for your spine. If those of you who haven't got back issues, you take one leg to tabletop, join it with the other, and take the whole lot over. Now if you had a bad back, you'd be absolutely bonkers to do this. Just don't. But there's a lot of people in my groups who don't have any back issues, so this is for them. And remember, physics, the longer the lever, the heavier it is. So if you're really strong and you've got no issues, you could be doing it here. So you're not competing with anybody, just you. So don't overdo it. So the point is, if you were at this point here doing this, and you were doing 10 of these, and you were managing and it was too easy, and you end up having to do like 20 to make it work, to make it feel like you're working hard, that's when you could straighten the legs a little bit and try them there, and then eventually straighten your legs fully and try them there. But you build up to it. You don't just go from 0 to hero in one go, because you'll probably hurt yourself. You're still breathing. Always have your core engaged, belly button to spine. And always breathe, so don't hold your breath. Listen to my breath. As I'm coming up, I go inhale at the top, exhale down the other side. Inhale there. See what I mean by the breathing? You don't want to be holding your breath. When you've had enough, hug the knees into the chest and roll around on your spine, or keep going. Pelvic floor lifted. I feel I'm moving up and come back up to bed. Anybody else moving? So this is a massive, massive back workout if you're doing this. So I'm going to do a couple more on each side. And then we're all going to do a stretch together. Whatever you've been doing, we'll do the stretch together. Alright, pull your knees into your chest, roll around on your spine. Okay, move back up to bed. Right, we're going to do a nice stretch now together by all putting your feet together, knees together. Take your knees over to one side and relax. And look across the opposite hand. And breathe and melt. And breathe and melt. Now this top knee, you can just bring it up towards that hand a little bit. And as you relax the foot down, you feel a nice stretch here in your bum. And relax. We're staying here for a while. Think one thing to be grateful for today while you're here. Shut your eyes and think of one nice thing. Now slide the knees back together and take the knees back up to the ceiling and take them across to the other side. And relax and look across the opposite hand. Now slide that knee up towards the outstretched hand. And while you're here, relax and think of one more thing you could be grateful for today. Lovely. Slide the knees back together, back up to the ceiling. We need to come up to sitting now, so I'm going to come over and show you on this side. So push your hand on the floor and use your hand to push you up. Okay, okay. Nice one now. We do a seated spine twist. Again, this is working the core all the way around. Now, we've done loads of versions of this. Let's do the first one with our hands in prayer position. Fingertips on your chin, thumb on your sternum, as in your chest. Now, if you notice, I'm lengthening my neck, my shoulders stay down and back. Inhale, and as you exhale, just turn to one side. So I'm not leaning at all, I'm staying in the middle, just twisting. And then back, and then to the other side. And then back. Right, you can carry on doing this, or if you wish, you can have your arms out here. Now, they're not right back here, they're slightly in front, so I can just see them out the corner of my eye. And now we're going to twist, and back, and twist, and back. Keep that movement going. You go as far as you can without any pain. My arms are strong all the way down to my fingertips, so it's not like they're relaxed, they're strong, strong, strong. Now, some of you who have been with me for a long time, and that is why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for my regulars who can't come to me, but I'm allowing everybody else to join in. So what we're going to do is 1 minute on each side. So, are you ready? Into position, and we're going to pulse here for a whole minute. Obviously, if you need to, rest. If you don't need to, we're staying here. And this is the last move. After this, all we've got to do is stretch. Still got your core engaged, and make sure your shoulders don't start creeping up. Just check your hands are still shoulder height. So how 17 left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Right, what you need now is to like this. Like this. And of course it goes through the other side. Okay, back into position. Set the timer and off we go. Can we do that? Yes. There we go. Still got your core engaged, pelvic floor lifted, feet are flexed, shoulder height. Rest if you need to, but otherwise keep going. Three. 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, shake the legs. Shake, 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 shake. And rock from side to side. You've done all the hard work. So all we're going to do now is some really nice stretches. So first one is a full body stretch. So just lie out on the floor like an arrow, full body stretch, and flex the feet. Now bring one knee up to your chest and hug it tight and swirl the ankles round. And the other way. Right. While this leg's here, I want you just slightly, without lifting this bum off the floor, this bum stays on the floor, tip the leg across And you'll get a nice stretch now in that bum and down to your outer thigh. And bring that one up, take the foot down, bring the other leg up. Hug your knee tight, swirl the ankles round. Right, leaving that hip bum on the floor, just take the leg across. You notice I'm not lifting this off the floor, I'm leaving it on the floor. And relax. Melt into the floor. And bring it back up. Now we need to come up to sitting. So onto one side. You use your strong arms to push you up. And we'll do a stretch for the backs of the legs and the back as well. So we're sitting in a nice right angle. So if I have a rounded back, I'm tipping my pelvis back, which means I have to bend my back forward. So what I want to do is get my pelvis upright. So I'm sitting on those bony bits, pelvis upright. And then I want to imagine somebody's pushing my back here in the middle. See that? As though somebody's pushing there, like that. So I've got my feet flexed. And now if you've got tight hamstrings, this is already killing you. So perhaps you might need to be here, resting on your hands. And you'll be getting your stretch here. But I know a lot of you won't be. So you can lean forward without bending the back. Got my hands here for support in case. And I'm taking my chin towards my toes, not the top of the head. I'm going to be here for a while, so don't overdo it. And if you start shaking while you're stretching, you are overdoing it. And we will okay. Okay, so I just felt the stretch reflex, so I'm just going to go a bit further. But not by bending and arching my back, keeping that pelvis upright. Keeping that pressure as though somebody's pushing me there. This is giving me a nice big stretch in the lower back and all down the bum and backs and legs. Alright? Okay, push yourself back up, right? Now we need to come back onto our knees, onto our hands and knees now. So we're going to do some cat-cow stretches for the back again. So I've got my wrists under my shoulders, knees under my hips. I've got my neutral spine with my face looking at the floor. Cat stretch, pushing the back and shoulders high up to the ceiling, looking at your thighs. Back to neutral spine, cow stretch, looking up. And even though I'm dropping my belly to the floor, I'm still keeping my core engaged. And neutral spine. And cow stretch, and cat stretch, and neutral spine. Gently going in between the three. Okay, now we're going to go back to that first one we did at the beginning. So we're going to push off the hands, hands on your hips to support you, arching the back gently. Do it gently, gently, gently. then back down, push. Each time you might be able to go a teeny bit further. And if you get cramp in your toes, like I am, curl your toes under. Push on. So I'm going to do one more. Push on. Brilliant. And then we're going to go back to the other one that we did. So you have 1 foot forward. Remember that angle there, so that we don't, as we rock forward, our knee stays behind the ankle. So we're going back and forward. You should feel much more relaxed about this. You'll be able to go further because you've done all those exercises. And then change legs. Now I feel like I can go much further. Might be my head. So if you've got any suggestions for next week, ping me a message over. You can share this with your friends. I know I'm so pleased that so many of you have paid me. I'm really, really pleased. You know, I'm not saying you've got to pay me to come, but I'm so grateful for those of you that have. So thank you so much. Makes me feel very worthy. There we go. All right, we're going to come up to standing. Best way of coming up to standing, I've got my hands on the floor. I come into a crouch position. And I leave my head down and straighten my legs to mild tension. I've just got a camera. To mild tension. So you might not be able to straighten your legs, it doesn't matter. Hands on your thighs. All the way up to standing. And just so you don't feel cheated, inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Brilliant. You're done. Listen, thank you so much for joining me, and tell your friends, and I'll see you next Thursday. I haven't got a clue what we're doing next week yet, but I'm sure somebody will ask in the meantime. So thank you ever so much for coming, and give yourselves a big clap. Bye-bye. Thank you. And here.